So coming into this one with everything that happened in this chapter, if you remember my last review, I was like, no way Law is dead. He still ain't dead. Even in the end of the chapter, Law seemingly was calling out to Luffy. So still not, dead or whatever. But if Law does die, it will be in this arc, I believe, because the way it's been teased up, like, I think there's still a little bit life left in him. I don't know if he's playing possum. Maybe Law did some sort of thing to himself to appear as though he's dead, and he has Doflamingo fooled, but he still isn't dead yet, because at the end of the chapter, if I'm correct, I believe that was Law calling out to Luffy. So we still have a little bit left, and I honestly think, bottom line, if Oda kills him off, it's going to be probably sometime soon, and it's going to be way more major than just what we got, because it just kind of feels a little bit like, Law's dead? What the fuck? So with this chapter, we're building up that Law's dead and Bellamy's dead. Again, like I just said, Law thing, Bellamy, I feel as though if either of them are dead right now, it kind of, first of all, with Law, it was like off screen and it just feels random. So I don't think he's dead. And then killing off Bellamy at this particular point is like, why bring him back and have all of this shit of how he's worshiping him, and he might have changed, but then he didn't change, but he ultimately has these, definitive ideals that he has of following Doflamingo. Why do all of that and then kill the motherfucker? That's where I'm like, I don't think either of these motherfuckers are dead. As shocking and as crazy and as exciting as it is, ultimately, I just don't see it happening. I just don't see that they're dead yet, at the very least. And I love the little shit talking between Law and Doflamingo. I think that was a nice touch, and that showcases the hatred between the two of them. While Law is like, yo, okay, you giving me a wish? Cool. Lick everyone's boots in this goddamn country. Doflamingo is like talking mad shit. 13 worthless years, motherfucker. So it gives more of a realism to the hatred that they have for each other. All the shit talking that they're doing and everything that they're saying. It's like, yeah. And then when Doflamingo like just went buck wild, fucking bucking shots at him and shit, that showed like you really pissed him off. And Doflamingo, based on his character, always smiling and everything, he is not one to like being pissed off. He doesn't like it. Everything that has happened in his past, it kind of adds more of a realism to his character, where when he was little, all the trauma that happened, so he constantly wants to smile and be happy, and when he does get upset, it really triggers him badly to the point where he shoots the fuck out of you. And also, I'm glad to say that the pacing definitely wasn't slow. I thought we would get another few chapters before Luffy, jumps in and starts fighting Doflamingo, but he just went in there with some Gatling fucking shit and started going ham. So thank goodness the pacing didn't drag out any longer. I think we've had enough of the slow pacing to the point where it's like Luffy versus Doflamingo seemingly is about to go down with Treble on the side, which, get Treble out of there. Like, honestly, it's bad enough that he got to fight fucking Doflamingo and he doesn't have anybody at this particular point unless Sabo shows up with... Hopefully Sabo does show up, because that's going to be sick as fuck. But yeah, can Treble just go like take a shit or eat a booger somewhere? And honestly, it was just a great setup at the very end of the chapter where basically it's like, let's end these games. It's time to get serious, and they're both about to go at it. So really awesome setup at the end of the chapter. Finally, seemingly, final fight, Luffy versus Doflamingo, unless Sabo or somebody else shows up to help out ultimately. Like, as of right now, to be honest with you, especially with Treble in the wings, I don't think Luffy can take them on and defeat them, honestly. Especially even Doflamingo said it, like, you wouldn't be much trouble anyway, but if you weren't, come at me, bro. And yeah, to be honest with you, I think he's going to need some help. Especially, just alone versus Doflamingo, he needs help. Unless Doflamingo tells Treble, back up, bro, I got this by myself, I don't need you. I don't know. We don't know exactly the extent of Luffy's power, but as of right now, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, this is a big one right here. Do you think Luffy is ready and can 100% on his own take out Doflamingo? As of right now, I don't know, and I'm kind of leaning more towards no. And then, of course, at the very end, that little setup, Straw Hat, probably Law calling out to him. One last thing he's going to tell him. I've seen a couple theories, people saying that maybe he's going to try to give Luffy immortality. Not going to happen. Not going to happen at all, because that'll take out all the risk and all the adventure and mystique out of, what could happen to the Straw Hat. So, highly doubt that that's going to happen. But what Law might do, I don't know. He might give him one last little ace in the hole, something there to help him out or tell him something, or maybe this could be the farewell or the final things that he wants to tell him, in regards to what to do to Doflamingo or how to, approach the situation. But Law, again, like I said in the beginning of this review, ain't dead yet. He might die, but he ain't dead yet. And yeah, a very good-ass setup chapter, very good and interesting. Again, the two deaths, I don't see them being, as of right now, completely done. Especially Bellamy, I just don't see it happening at all, because it feels like pointless returning to die. And then Law is like, It happened off screen, so I'm still not buying it, but still sick as fuck. Still very good stuff. And finally, Luffy versus Doflamingo with Booger Boy Treble on the side. But let me know what you guys thought of this chapter and the big question of this all. I'm only going to ask one question. Is Luffy ready to take on Don Quixote Doflamingo? And your overall thoughts of the chapter, but that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.